Hey, it's Dee with Divine Needle. How's it going? Full moon in Capricorn in 2 minutes. The energy is very interesting to say the least. My little mat isn't quite lined up. Oh well. Anyway, hey, how's it going? Anyway, so the full moon in Capricorn energy. Wow. The downloads I got yesterday were crazy. I've been really busy with all kinds of appointments and people I've had to talk to. The the energy is really interesting. I was looking forward to this full moon. I know some of the astrologers were saying it was going to be a hard one for the fixed signs, but I don't know that that's necessarily so. It's not feeling that way. Anyway, so deep breath. In with the good energy and releasing the negative, right? Full moon in Capricorn. Wow. It's impressive energy. So obviously the moon is in Capricorn right now, right? And yeah, that's about your backbone, your joints, your knees, your skin, and your hair. Full moons are not a time, according to the Farmer's Almanac or many other places, to get any sort of surgeries done. It's a big no-no. Things could go terribly awry, so don't. Especially in those areas: backbone, joints, knees, skin, hair. The healing process is slowed during the waxing, but starting tomorrow, the 14th, it moves into Aquarius. And game on, right? And that's the calf, the ankle, the shin, and the Achilles heel. Hmm. Okay. It is July the 13th, Wednesday, Messenger Day, Mercury. And yeah, man, do I see the program running. I'm not even joking. Can see it very, very clearly. And how? Anyway, oh, this energy is just fantastic. I don't know what they were talking about when they said the fixed signs were going to be. I think the fixed signs are um, starting to take their places, so to speak, is the best way to put it. Anyway, this was putting people, especially fixed signs, on their North Node path. What did you come here? What was your mission? I know what mine is. Absolutely. Download kind of confirmed it for me. Anyway, I got a letter from a gentleman asking me about interacting with the other side, so to speak. They're actually right here. You just can't see them. So I was going to address that before we get started. Hey, AJ, how's it going? Anyway, I was going to address that before we get started because that question may have come up in some of your heads. Because having contact with ETs or angels, aka same thing, potato, right? Anyway, that energy, you have to be extremely, extremely. Because here's the thing, John D. If you remember, he and another gentleman were working with Archangel Uriel. I happen to know that archangel. I know several. Anyway, the they were working with him, and he was gonna give them some information, but they had to pass a test, so to speak, and they were told, "You have to sleep with each other's wives." Problem is John D. and his friend did not stick to moral code or ethics or values. They did it. Greed is a nasty thing, and they will test you. I promise. If you have materialistic, unclean motives, they will test you. And that was a test. Absolutely. 100% a test. Will you do what the archangel asks you? Or will you decline? They should have declined. Absolutely. When you're playing with angels, you're playing with fire, you're playing with the energies, and you're liable to get burned. Also, ET contact, aka kind of the same thing in a way. There are lower level angels. The Bible talks about it. Not that the Bible's 100% accurate, because a lot of it is horse shit. But I did, trust me, I've done my homework. I'm not just somebody that flippantly goes to Sunday school and reads out of the Bible occasionally. I'm above a theologian. Let's put it that way. And I've read many of the ancient texts, and it's horseshit, a lot of it. There's truth in there because they have to mix truth with the lies. Okay? That's part of what I call the virus down here, the overlay. That's their gig. We have to mix. We can lie, but we have to tell the truth too in there somewhere. Okay? And we have to tell you what we're going to do to you before we do it, but we might tell you flat outright and you'll miss it, or hide it in obscure movies and films. Yeah. Anyway, so when you know what you're dealing with, that's one thing. But the problem is, if you weren't born with that going on, you're at a high risk whenever you start working with those realms. And those realms are right here around you. You just can't see them because human eyes cannot see the entire spectrum of light. And they're right around you all the time. Well, that's why tarot readers feel they'll get a cold chill suddenly, their hair will stand up. It's because they're around all the time. And when you're working with the holodeck, so to speak, everything's energy. These cards are energy, different varying levels of energy. I have a kitty staring straight at me, and he's about as ET as they get, trust. Anyway, he's being a pest right now. Do you want attention? Yes. His name's Lord Vim, and he's got the biggest eyes I've ever seen on a cat. And when he sits there and stares at you, you swear you're looking at an ET. Not kidding. I think he is. Anyway, he's nudging the crud out of me. Anyway, the working with angels is tricky business, and there's a set of angels called dominions, and they Well, they're minions. Watch the Walt Disney movie, Minions? They're minions. Some of them are playful little rascals. Some of them just, quite frankly, hate humans. The vast majority, I might add, because you guys were gifted with something they were not. Dominion, actual dominion. The other thing is, there's some that are actually quite friendly with humans. Not very many. Just saying. You have to know what you're dealing with. And if you haven't learned what it is that you're dealing with, then I would highly advise against it. Um, Possession is a thing. It's AKA attachments is another good word for it. And they can attach to you generally at the area behind your head, base of the skull, neck area. That's where the attachment will happen. And they can take over your life and screw it up mighty fine. Trust. You also have to be careful when you're using any kind of psychedelics. That's been a big push recently, people wanting to have that experience. A lot of people come out of it mentally fractured because they have been possessed. You're opening yourself wide up for all kinds of shit. Just saying. So keep that in mind, right? And you wonder why it's okay to do trip reports about your mushroom trips and everything on YouTube. They're like, yes, yes, do it. Not kidding. They just wait for an opportunity. And if there's any weakness in your constitution whatsoever, that's tricky business. Okay. So keep that in mind. And especially if you're doing uh, cocaine, heroin, methamphetamine, what else? It's unless you know what you're dealing with, you're just asking for it. It's interesting because I met somebody recently, actually, that has the same ability I do. I can see attachments in the eyes of others. I can literally see them. Yep. Almost everybody I see that's on a television network of any kind, some YouTubers to be frank, large ones I might add, have attachments. And everybody that has any seat of power, every one of them I've seen has one. Yeah. That's what the whole Bohemian Grove thing was all about. That little fun trip that they have of a weekend of debauchery and whatever. Yeah, that's what that was all about. Tony Blair did everything he could to avoid going there till he finally was given basically an ultimatum. We gave you a seat of power. You better show up. Kind of, kind of business. Anyway, um, so I hope that answers your question. You are playing with fire, and possession is a thing. And if you have children or a family, I would highly suggest and advise that you put your focus there. Because if you don't think that they won't mess with them too, yeah, yeah. And some of these guys they don't play nice. Some of them, if you show fear to them, they see that as aggression and they will kill you instantly. Not kidding. Because if you fear, You start acting like possibly like an animal that's being caged and can become aggressive, and they will kill you. So keep that in mind. I hope those words help you. Um, it is good to meditate. You'll see many, many things if you meditate. Um, a lot of times when people first start meditating and really start to make any progress in that field, you will get ETs pop up in your vision field, kind of like you did in your bedroom. When that happens, push past them. They have no control over you. Push right past them and keep going. Keep going. Okay? So, and also remember, you do hold dominion. Okay? 100%. You just have to know that. And if you don't know it to your bone, you're going to have a problem. Huge problem on your hands. Look at Aleister Crowley. Boy, did he mess up. Just like John D. It's like, duh. What did you think you were playing with? Right? Because they loved, here's the thing, a lot of people fall for the temptation, the devil card. A lot of people fall for the temptation of power or control, and they think they have it until they don't. And whether you're working with ETs, angels, or other people, they will manipulate you and mess up your path in a way that you can't even think of. So keep that in mind. I hope that helps answer your questions. Okay, because I was going to type that information and I'm like, that's a lot of information. I don't have a lot of time to type, but I do live streams, so I'll just talk about it because that information needs to be out there for everybody. Cautionary tales, because shit can get really ugly really fast, okay? And I don't want to see that happen to any of you. And if you actually get in contact with an archangel, that's not always a good thing. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So, full moon in Capricorn. I'm so excited. This energy is so awesome. I'm just, yeah, I feel free, is a good way to put it. And it is the 13th. 13 is a lucky number. And I know they told everybody down here that it was a unlucky number and they don't have a 13th floor and blah, 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 blah. Well, here's the deal. The overlay, what I call the overlay, that tampered with the ancient text. To them, that number is a unlucky number, a very unlucky number. It is the number of the goddess. And they betrayed her. Uh-oh. So, of course, that's an unlucky number for them. That's why they're scared of it. Well, anyway, so we have this is Wednesday, Mercury Day, Messenger Day. And we also have Pluto retrograde in Capricorn with the full moon. Wowza. Saturn in Aquarius retrograde and Neptune in Pisces retrograde, all in their home signs. Fantastic energy. Fantastic. We have Mars and Uranus. Shh, Gaia. Shh. in Taurus. So when you've got the god of war and the rebel together, row and in earth energy, yeah. I don't know if you guys have been watching the news, but there's been a lot of fire energy going on the planet. Lots of fires, things relating to fire. And I see you. There's my little robin friend staring at me through the window. Oh, he's hot. He's got his little mouth open. Oh, as soon as I'm done with this stream, I'm going to put some water out there. It's really, it's been really hard on the wildlife. Anyway, by the way, those dominions and other angel classes can possess animals as well. So, and it's easier for them to possess an animal if the animal already has a propensity. Let's say this, they want to hurt humans any way they can. And if you own an animal that happens to have any sort of propensity for aggression, and a little kid gets in the beeline, look out. Or an adult even. Anybody that can get their hands on. So keep that in mind. Okay? poor little robins, man. Seeing them, I've never seen a bird sit there like that with their mouth wide open. That's just crazy. Yeah, poor little things. They were really hot. Okay. Luckily, it did rain a little bit yesterday. Didn't, not near enough, trust, not even close. It was just a light. Kind of the teasing energy of water, right? Okay. We're going to get cards for today for the collective and see what's going on. Hey, Sir Connor, what's up? Oh, your chickens are vomiting? Oh, wow. Yeah, it's so hot. Cool water, plenty of it. Try to keep it fresh and out of the sun. Because, yeah, it's playing hell on the animals. Whew, Ace of Cups. It's an Ace of Love. Anything else for today for the collective? Anything else for today for the collective? No, I just heard nope, nope, nope. Okay. Ace of Cups from the Voyager. Put it up close for you so you can see it. There we go. Ace of Cups, water. They're teasing us. Ace of Cups. All right, let's take a look at that. All right. Ecstasy is a transcendent emotional experience, like feeling struck by the white light of the divine in a garden of paradise. The rainbow of colors, sweet fragrance, and exquisite beauty of this flower garland describe bliss, exaltation, and joy. You are up in the clouds, flying high in the cloud of flower cups. The flowing waterfalls represent the expression of your emotional abundance as it spills over and is shared with others. I'm sharing a cup of wisdom. Hi, Preeti. How's it going? It's good to see you. That's exactly what's going on. Sharing wisdom. I hope you guys heed my words about playing with the wildlife, so to speak. Okay. The blossoming flowers suggest the fleeting nature of this peak experience, but enjoy the grace you have been granted. Enjoy the grace. Absolutely. Big old fat cup of love and wisdom. Because if you look at the Nine of Cups in the Vitruvian Spirit Keepers deck, it's mirrors well. That well's full of wisdom. And yeah, a left eye was given for the opportunity to drink from that well. Many would give a lot to drink from that well. That well is gained from many, 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 many years of experience and knowledge. Okay? All right. They wanted moonology. Here we go. Moonology for the collective on this grand full moon energy. We're right in the peak of it right now. So I thought it was a great time to see what's ahead for everybody. All right. Feeling in for the energy. Right there. Surrender to the divine. And they wanted the one right above it. Expect powerful change. Oh, yeah. Full moon. Hell yeah. Bingo bango. Can't make that up. Mhm. Expect powerful change. The cards never look straight no matter what I do. So, it is whatever, right? Surrender to the divine. Full moon. Full moon energy. That is so amazing. I'm surprised the North Node didn't come out. The step out of your comfort zone card. I might read it anyway, even though the card's not out. Full moon. Well, it's got to be in the front. Gotta be, because it's not back here. Yeah, it's going to be up front. Here we go. The very word climax brings all sorts of ideas and images to one's mind. Agreed? Agreed. But it really is the feeling of this card. Life is coming to a head, a point, a conclusion, or a turning point. There may be some kind of change, powerful change, and possibly even some sort of emotional explosion. Tune into your emotions now and see what they are telling you. They're very likely close to the surface, no matter when in the moon cycle you've pulled this card. It just happens to be a full moon. Matters will soon conclude, and you'll find out whether or not your wishes are going to come true. The odds are in your favor, as this is a positive card, but you need to work harder than usual to keep cool as events unfold. Attune to the moon. I'm getting the answers I need. Additional meanings. A wish you made may be about to come true. It's make or break time. There could be a sense of madness in the air. Breathe deep and stay calm. And that's what I always tell you guys. In through the nose, cleansing energy. Hold it. Hold it. And then let it cleanse you as you release out through your mouth. Okay? You may need to forgive someone to release negative energy. It's time to let go of the past and move on. The teaching. The full moon marks the climax of the lunar cycle, making this card something of a power card. The full moon is often the time when answers are given to questions asked during the new moon. And pulling this card at any time in the lunar cycle suggests answers will be coming your way before too long. Fantastic. Expect powerful change. New moon eclipse energy. New moon eclipse. Let me find that. If you want affirmation that you can achieve your dreams and get the desired outcome in the situation you're asking about, then this is it. This is the card of beginnings, and there are powerful energies at work. But be prepared. It could be quite a ride, and events now could even be jarring and uncomfortable. That's why the Tower card's coming out, and that's this past week, the Sabian Mysteries picture. I picked up on a female with her eyes closed and like she was dreaming, but just outside her window was a tower. However, any new directions you take will almost always lead somewhere better than where you were at that. Whatever is happening now is happening for a reason, and you'll appreciate it later on. A new portal is opening up, and all you have to do is have the courage to forget about the past and move through it. You're being put back on the right path. There is nothing to fear. Attuned to the moon. Never mind the past. Life evolves every single day. Additional meanings. Yes, yes, 1,000 times yes. You're being shunted toward your life purpose. And a lot of people were saying this is North Node energy being, especially fixed signs, moved to what path you're supposed to be on, your final missions. This is an important turning point in your life. Everything that you have done throughout your lifetime and everything that you have learned, many of you are here on missions. I'm very aware of that. I am too. And everything that's happened in the past, you'll understand why, because it's preparing you for what's to come. Okay? The teaching. New moon eclipses are among the most exciting astrological events. They herald a complete change of pace, as it's as though you're headed in one direction, probably being guided by your ego. That's the devil card, temptation, coming from ego. And then here comes the divine, the goddess or spirit, to turn you instead to face the direction you actually need to go. Regardless of whether or not there's a new moon eclipse happening, when you pull this card, it's a powerful affirmation of positive turnarounds. And we're also going to look at that North Node. Step out of your comfort zone. There's a strong feeling when you get this card that it's time to leave the past behind somehow. because you are headed in the right direction. The divine is rerouting your heinies. That's why that tower card's there. That's why the tower, I felt like there was a tower outside that window. And that's not what the painting was about, not even close. But that's the energy I was picking up. If you want to be happy and fulfilled, you need to get going towards doing the thing that scares you. Full card, taking a leap. That cliff is really high, but oh my gosh, make sure it's within reason. Be careful about where you're leaping. This card is all about living your life purpose, which is possibly what you've asked about. It's urging you to dare to do something different with your life and your direction, to take action. So, are you willing to follow through and lead the life you incarnated to live? If you finally find the courage to make the leap, there's a good chance you'll come to ask yourself, why did I wait so long? Attuned to the moon. I know I'm headed in the right direction. Additional meanings for this card, and you'll know it when you surrender. You'll feel it in every bone of your body when you're going the right way. Okay? You're headed for something which feels like destiny, because it is. It's part of the machine, the holodecks programming. It's your destiny. It's why you incarnated, some of you. Some of you were not part of the actual incarnation cycle that's been going on down here. Some of you incarnated for this time specifically on missions to wrap up an old cycle of Pisces and move into and fully move into Aquarius. You need to face a fear and get over it. Time to stop obsessing about someone or something. So if you're being obsessive about something, just stop. Stand on your own 2 feet. You've got this. The teaching. The North Node is where the moon crosses the ecliptic going north. It's a karmic point, and on the horoscope chart shows us what we need to do and where we need to go with our life to find satisfaction, fulfillment, and happiness. The North Node is the karmic astrological point that reminds us, to paraphrase Andre Gide, that in order to discover new oceans, we have to be prepared to lose sight of the shore. Prepared to let go. Okay? Okay. Remember that energy between now and the next full moon. Because that's, and let me look at this real quick. If you look, the nodes are in, the South Node is in Scorpio, but your North Node is in Taurus today, in retrograde, in Taurus, with Uranus, Gaia, Heaven, and Mars. God of War and the Rebel, and your North Node. What does that say to you? Time for a fight, maybe? I don't know. Okay. Let's get serious now. We're going to get out. They wanted me to use tea leaf. I haven't used that in forever. They wanted it today. And they wanted something else that was interesting, but we'll see. I'll show you. All right. Putting the energy of that full moon into the cards. Nice. Already getting them falling. Okay. Carrot. That's the devil temptation card. Opportunity or windfall by this, but it can also be somebody dangling a carrot in front of you. Pig. Beware of greed. Remember what I was saying? That's why John Dee and Aleister Crowley and those guys failed messing with the angels, because they will test you. Remember I said greed for power and control? That. See that pig? He wants that freaking carrot. Don't be the pig. Coins. Money will be coming to you soon. And key. Successful outcome to your problems. Which is interesting because they gave me keys yesterday in those downloads. I'm definitely going to do a video about it because they want you to know what they were telling me. All right, that's all I wanted from Tea Leaf. Wow. Okay. Now, they did something interesting. That deck is hard to I'll move these over. That deck is hard enough to deal with because it is quite thick. And so is this. This is the Spirit Keepers, both the Vitruvian and Revelations. All nicely put together. So, we're going to look at the overall energy for the collective. And it's a little harder to shuffle because it is a lot thicker. But that's okay, because as you can see, the perfect cards are out here. So keep that in mind. If you feel like something sounds too good to be true, or you're getting a carrot dangled in front of you, be careful. Because it could be a trap and about control. Okay? Money's coming and successful outcome to problems. Okay? Overall energy for the collective. So interesting when they have me marry these. It's a pain in the rear, trust me. Huge pain in the ass. What did I tell you? And I listen to what they say. Some readers would totally ignore that that card landed funny in their hand. What did I tell you about the tower? Not kidding. Not kidding. I know that energy's there. I can feel it. Highest priority for the collective. Highest priority for the collective. Highest priority for the collective. All right. Really? Let's see what they just gave us. The way those fell was really crazy. Emperor. Control energy. Walking away from control energy. That's card of Aries. Card of Saturn, Pisces. Queen of Swords. Cut out what no longer serves. What? Now I know why they wanted both decks. Control. Five of Chalices, unseen power rising. It's also somebody focused. See, we got Mars. and Scorpio energy. Somebody focused on spilt milk and the outlaw. Gaining a higher, wider perspective, but also self sacrifice. Are you playing the martyr? Notice the symbol of Neptune here. And we have Neptune in Pisces retrograde right now. The Stuck Like Chuck card. This, the grotesque. The Emperor card. This is, and it's your highest priority. This outlaw card is also operating outside of and in contention with established rules of institution. Duet days, caron dio. This is the one that gave their left eye to drink from a mirror's well. Notice he's got a snake on his leg. That's a hint. All right. That's our highest priority. And what do you need to be mindful of and or prepare for, people? What do we need to be mindful of and prepare for? Now I know why the decks needed to be married. Double emperors in that center line. Wowza. They used the Revelations deck for the tower. And it's very similar to the original Vitruvian. But they used the Revelations deck for it specifically. That's in the title. All right. What to be mindful of and or prepare for the collective. What to be mindful of and or prepare for. This might take a hot minute. We'll see. Especially with a big bunch of cards like this. And I pre-shuffled the heck out of these. They want them just so, trust me. That's cool how those fell out. That's crazy. We must be patient because they're getting them just so, because they know I read the bottom of the deck. So they want to make sure I get the accurate story. All right. What is our story? The bread of life. That's the underlying theme. What's going on under the undercurrent? What to be mindful of, prepare for. Dark horse. Standing your ground, standing in your power. Ace of Swords. The truth is the truth. My favorite card in the tarot. That card is all about the truth. Because the truth sets you free. Ferryman will be moving to calmer waters. The hollow void. disinterest, lack of interest, not interested. And the healer. Key 17, card of Aquarius. That is healing. And it feels like a final kind of um a final healing that puts you on your mission. It's like when you finally gain that healing, then that new doorway opens. Okay? This is also major arcana wish fulfillment. That's that doorway opening. Okay? So stand in your power. It's all about the truth. Nothing else matters besides love. Calmer waters ahead. The divine could be handing you a cup, a new cup. You're not interested in those three that you got. New one coming in. Okay? New one coming in. So keep that in mind. The underlying, I usually look at this first, but whoa, it's funny because so, and I don't know why I went to that first. I kind of looked at this a bit. Didn't really talk about that. The bread of life, new beginnings. That's your portal. 7-Eleven was portal energy. For sure. No doubt about it. That's the portal. That's what this is talking about. Cutting out what no longer serves you. Queen of Swords yet again. It's here too. Scarlet Shield. So that's Libra energy. That's Lady Justice energy. Fair, honest, deliberate cuts. Okay? A lot of you, it's just excess crapola that you own. If you didn't take care of spring house cleaning or you didn't thin out the crap enough, it's time because you need to manifest that new portal. Something that you're extremely passionate about. We have a lot of aces here. We have the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Fire. The Ace of Earth, Ace of Fire, Ace of Air. Okay? And here comes that new cup from the hollow void. You are a contender against the illusion and the corruption. These are the things of the devil card. Remember we had the pig and the carrot? Well, there's the pig, gluttony, greed, avarice. And there's our final ace right there. Ace of Cups. Got all the aces. Wow. Now, the tower. Let's talk about that energy. Remember, towers can be good or bad, but they always put you on your path. So they're actually a good thing. Can you give us some more on the tower? And they're also talking about, they were talking about the uprisings in my readings, and there's lots of countries where that's happening. And this is an emperor. Get out of Dodge and get out quick. Cut and run. I just heard cut and run when I saw that. Wow. Cut and run. The jig is up. Everybody sees you guys for who you are, right? We see them for who they are, right? Hi, Sarah. How's it going? I hope you're having a good day. What's this tower about? Highest priority is for them to step down and get the hell out. Because this is what they let get the best of them. Greed and using dangling carrots to manipulate to get themselves further along. Right? It's one of the things the devil card's about. This tower, tell me what the tower's about. Justice over corruption. Make that up. Manifest it. Wow, wow, wow. It's funny because I keep hearing that ring around the rosy, pocket full of posies, ashes, ashes, and not we all fall down. They fall down, and they all fall down. That's what I keep hearing. The other thing I keep hearing is Jimi Hendrix. There must be some way out of here, said the Joker to the thief. Is there no one here among us? I can't seem to get any relief. Here's the thing. There is a way out of here. I'm going to try to lead you down that path on how to get the hell out of here. Yep. And if you didn't realize you're in a prison, basically, one of the grandest prisons that was ever conceptualized, ever. One without walls or bars. But there are walls, you just don't see them. It's all about the reincarnation grid and the prison. We'll explain more about that because it was explained to me and the reasons why that had to happen and why some of us are here and why others of us are here, right now. The reason. Because the age of Aquarius. It's time to move into that more solidly and get rid of the corruption and greed and all the other BS. Okay? Justice. Corrupter. Seven of Cups. Now I know why they wanted tea leaves, and now I know why they want what they want. And if you really open your ears and you really get that inner work done, you'll start to hear them too. It's those whispers on the wind. And you'll start seeing what I see. I see the machine at work. 100%. I see all of it clearly. And why it has to be the way it has been. Which has been rather ugly, to say the least, in many ways. Okay. Yeah, it's a major choice point. Remember, the usually the correct path, you'll feel right about it. Does it feel right? Don't let greed or anything guide you. Go, what does your heart say? Where's those whispers on the wind telling you to go or do? That's what's most important. I'm game to pull a card for people if anybody wants one. So let me know in the chat if you would like a card. Because I love doing that for you guys. I really do. It's a lot of fun. It's a ton of fun. helping guide you guys down your path, the futures. Yeah. The ones that come and listen to these readings or listen to what I have to say are the ones that are meant to hear it. Because there's a whole bunch on this planet that aren't ready, nor are they going to make it, basically. There's a graduation coming. Let's put it that way. AJ! What would you like, AJ? Do you have a particular question or you just want a general poll? What do you want? Yeah, yeah. And you don't want to hurt people. I totally get that. I totally get that. Guidance on your life mission. All right, for AJ. And they immediately, guidance on your life mission. You know that sword of destiny, that knight right there, has the damn sword in his hand. You pick it up and you run with it. Run with the truth. That's what your mission is. That is the knight in shining armor. Okay? That's the fastest knight in the tarot. It's about truth. A very good card to get. Life mission. Fast forward with the sword of destiny. That's what I'm working on too. Amazing mission to have because the truth matters because everybody's been lied to for a very long time. That's been what I did on Divine L on my other channel was all about getting there. Some of the steps, it's kind of like part of my awakenings on that channel. Not all of it, but part of it. And it was about learning about all these things. Learning the truth. I hope that helps. We're all hard headed. We all have to learn things the hard way, it would seem. I had to too. It's the way things are and the way we do it, right? Hey, Sarah. Anybody else want a card? Sarah, do you want a card that might help you with your path, maybe? Funny thing is, when you hear the truth, it's gonna sing inside your body. You'll feel it. You'll know. Oh yeah, that was the truth. Know what I mean? You'll know it. Anybody else want a card? I see some questions that were in the beginning, but people probably lost interest, but that's okay. Okay. So we'll wrap up then. Oh, how about a card? Do you have a Sepa? Sepa. Is that how you pronounce it? Sepa. Sepa. That's awesome. I love it when people know Sephwa. Yeah. Nice. Sarah, you want one? Okay, Sarah. Maybe this will help you with that looming path thing you're looking at. For Sarah, the looming path, and then we'll do Sephwa. Sarah and the looming path. Oh, that one danced. I have to take it. Three of Cups. So, Sarah, This is a card of community. It's also a celebration somewhat with family, like reunion energy. Reunions. But it can also be about third party. And it's also about tribe. Okay. This card is about your tribe and moving in the direction of your tribe. What feels right. I'm guessing you'll know what that's about. Okay. I hope that helps. Sephora, yes. I'm going to pull a card for you. Do you have any particular question? Or would you just like a card from the divine, whatever they want to give you? What do you think? Now you have a choice. Two paths. Which one will you pick? Red pill, blue pill? What do you think, Sephora? Ah, okay, third party. Okay. I wasn't gonna say it, and I was like, yeah, it feels third party. Some people don't like talking about their third party issues, right? Does my ex coworker contact me soon? He moved back to his country. Oh, okay. So you want to know if your friend from work is going to contact you. Okay, Sephora. You got the tower too. That's that energy right here. So why does Sephora have the tower? Sometimes when people move away, that's the last you hear of them, okay? And right now, there's a lot of that going on. Where do we have it? We have it right here, the defector card. Moving away from what you previously built and invested a great deal of time into for a brand new cup. Brand new cup comes in, what to be mindful of, prepare for. So try to keep that in mind. If this person, because I think this tower definitely is about you as well. And that happens. Try not to be hurt. Try to reflect and do some inner work. Take the opportunity. That happens. You'll really jive with somebody, and then things change. Everything changes. And when they get back home to their country or to a new country, they're going to resume that old life again or that new life, renewed life. So you may not. But I'll go ahead and take one more card on it for Sephora. See how both of them fall out of the tower? Because it no longer fits, I just heard. See, it's a square tower with a round top because it no longer fits. It's not for you. It's not for your path. That's what I just heard. Let's see. Trust the divine's going to put you on the right path, and there's a new cup coming. Okay. So don't cry. All right. And I know the grotesque, the five of swords is crying over spilled milk. Okay. Focusing on the past when you have new cups coming in. Okay. And that's for everybody. That's no joke. This is a collective reading. Brand new cups coming in. It doesn't matter if you're the one that walked away or somebody walked away from you, it's because it didn't fit anymore. Okay. Justice over the illusion. Of course they do. Anybody that spends any time with somebody else and develops a friendship, a kinship, of course they will. But just like they and just like you will both have new things and new opportunities coming. Pretty quick, too, by the looks of things. So try to keep that in mind and stay open to these new things coming, okay? But you got the Tower card just like everybody else. So you take heart. You're not the only one going through it, okay? And that happens. It's just like, when you're in high school and you have all these friends and everybody starts going off to college and others don't go to college, they start working, and everybody just loses touch. They are off on new adventures, full card, right? And yeah, they miss. And they'll reflect on those memories. Fond or not fond, reflecting on them, right? So try to keep that in mind. But that does happen. Everybody goes off in different directions. People get married. Your friends you once had, it just no longer fits anymore, right? That happens. A lot of times that's because the divine sees you leveling up, okay? And you've outgrown your current path. Because your current path was there to teach you some valuable lessons. And now it's time for a new path so you can learn new ones. Okay. I hope that helps. I know it feels bad when you get a tower and you know it's directly answering that question you asked. For some of you, that tower, it may not feel good right now, but trust me, down the road, you'll look back and you go, ah, they had something better for me lined up. Okay. Anyway, I do hope you guys have an absolutely stupendous full moon. We're in the very peak hours of the energy. And any of you that have spiritual practices regarding the moon, the energy was good for a couple of days before for sure. And it's definitely good um, between the new moons and full moons. So it's good up until the next new moon for sure. But the highest peak energies are like um, the day of, the day before, and the day after. But we're right in the thick of it right now. So, all right, have an absolutely stupendous messenger day, Mercury day. And if you want a private personal video reading, the information on how to book that is below. Please like, share, leave me a little comment, things like that. If you have any input about your experiences with angels or anything like that, I'd love to hear it in the comments. Love to know if your experiences are anything like mine at all. Okay? That'd be awesome. Anyway, have a good one. Okay? Talk to you guys soon. Hater gators.